Greetings, global editorial viewers and readers from around the world. It's the 1st of October 2020 here in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. And as you can see, a picture-perfect spring day. And as if you're not familiar with weather trivia, Sydney does have two seasons, and that is spring and summer. No other seasons. People think it's cold. In fact, today there's people wearing sweaters, or they say here jumpers in Australia, because it's like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. I mean, really, it's embarrassing. I mean, people here are so weak, their immune system is so weak, and maybe that's why they have lockdowns within their own country, because they just can't handle things. They're just so weak. Anyway, that's another topic for another day, because today I'm inducting Australia into the Greed Hall of Fame. That's correct. America may be the home of capitalism, and big note to self as a money-hungry nation, as Michael Douglas said, greed is good in the 1987 classic Wall Street. But no, Australia is officially the world's greediest nation. And I also have to apologise to Scotland, who gave us the tightness from their colonisation of Australia with the English. But that's another topic for another day. The fact of the matter is, Australians have gone over the hill. And I think what leads to this is my better half, actually, my American better half, who actually told me that what is it with Australians' obsession with private insurance? And I got me thinking. I said, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? We have universal healthcare here, and during the even Democratic convention, or even before that, during the debates, she was telling me that look, in America, we're wanting to go to universal healthcare. The Bernie Sanders types are trying to promote it, and a lot of Americans said no, we want to keep our plans. We need our choice with private insurance. And I said to myself, Australians were laughing at that, going, oh my gosh, this country's hilarious. They don't want to have universal healthcare. But guess what? Since we've been here for 6 months, people that we bump into, between the ages of 14 and 60, that key demographic, I'll get to that soon, they say that, why don't you have private insurance? You get fast-tracked. They go, what do you mean fast-tracked? Into what? Into specialist consultations and stuff. That is ridiculous. That's right, Americans, if you're listening and reading. 12 weeks, yeah, just for a specialist consultation. In the US, I can rock up and get one anytime I want. It's called choice, yet people here don't even use their Medicare cards. That's right. So-called free healthcare, they don't use the Medicare. Don't even get started on dental costs over, which are through the roof. And the rebate system they try to dupe you into. And even the GP told me, yeah, it's better. Have you looked into private insurance? Said, do you realise we left the United States of America, the country that you laugh at, to come here for so-called the safety net, and you're throwing this into our face? Oh my goodness, it is just the funniest thing of all time, hearing an Australian promote private health insurance. And by the way, we're not forced into it, we're choosing to go into it, pay thousands of dollars, and then we take out massive mortgages that we're told from a young age, you've got to enslave yourselves to the banks. Yeah, that's right, enslave yourselves, because if you don't have a house, you're not a human in this country. Well, guess what? America, you're looking good today. That's right, you have rose and above. Forget your school shootings, forget all the issues you have with segregation. Australia has the biggest segregation of them all, money segregation. We segregate here on capitalism. I live here, you live there, I've got this money, I own this property for 7 figures, my house has got harbour views, yours doesn't. People are paying over $1 million here. Now, are you ready? Are you seated down? Or hopefully you're seated down. For property that's away from the so-called picturesque harbour. As you can see over here today, this is just one of the little areas of the harbour, Darling Harbour, and they're actually paying over $1 million to live even 2 hours, an hour away from these areas. And yet Sydney goes on about its beauty. Well, guess what? Sydney's quite an ugly city. If you look aesthetically, it's quite an ugly city once you get away from the harbour. And even the harbour gets boring over time. They rely on our water systems, on our hundreds of beaches, but guess what? The culture lacks. We're not even in the top 20, 50 even. Food culture, art culture, we're not even in the top 100 regarding a cultural city. So you can keep your scenery to yourself. But I digress. But why people knowingly take out private health insurance when they've got all these exorbitant costs when it comes to housing? And then don't even get me started on split billing. People here go out with friends and they look at the bill. Oh my goodness, you owe me this, you owe me that, because they don't even know how to reciprocate over here. Big word here, word of the day by the way, people, reciprocate. Now in Armenia, a nation close to my heart, I've been there several times, strangers to family members to friends will take you out and will not expect any payment. These are people earning 5,000 US or less a year, right? But guess what they know? They know that you're not going anywhere. You're going to reciprocate, as in, they take me out to a coffee, I take them out to a coffee. They take me a lunch, they open their doors, they have a spread. They don't just say, oh, would you like some water? And when you answer no, they don't bring you anything. That's right. Here in Australia, we have that English mentality, that Anglo-Saxon mentality, as I call it, where people don't even treat each other. They don't even look after each other. It's all about, oh, I bought you this, oh, you owe me petrol money or gas money, as I say in America. It's like, can you believe it? I've come across people here who will actually count money to the fact that I say, yeah, I don't want this life anymore, They are so obsessed over money that they're actually making the Scottish look good. I know this is sad. The Scottish are looking good compared to Australians. And I'll continue this rant in part 2 from picturesque Darling Harbour.